Happy Sunday morning to everyone out there in this world. The Almighty God have given us one more chance to actually be able to be here in the land of the living one more day. You know, I have a question. And my question is this. Why is it that as a females, right? Females can never admit when they are wrong. Why? Like, I would love for somebody to answer that for me. You know, a female will do something and they know they're wrong, right? And you speak to them about it and they will never apologize, right? But as soon as a man does something, a female want that man to apologize, right? And if you don't apologize, it seems like you can't. Like, it seems like you're stuck. It's like there's no moving on until that apology is given to that female, right? Now, another thing is, a female will call you out of your name, out of your character, out of everything, right? They will call you and disrespect you in the most craziest way, right? I know you don't like certain things, but yet still, let me still call you a certain name and know that you're not one to be calling people name or taking people calling you names, right? But turn the tables around after you supping it all, right? And taking it and taking it and taking it. And you reach to the point that you say, you know what? I am not going to take this anymore, right? I am not going to allow, and it's not even allow, but you're just not going to just sit there and let this person speak to you a certain way. You're going to give back the same energy, right? So if a person say your eyes red, you're going to tell them for them, yeah, red just the same, right? Like, you reach the point where in which you know, say, I don't like certain type of, words then, right? You know, I am not going to be calling you names, right? Until it reaches that boiling point where in which you or me now have to call you back name, right? Based on the fact that no matter how much I tell you to console yourself, and as an adult you cannot console yourself from the name calling and the disrespectful words, right? People will argue. Argument is a must, right? Once you're in a relationship, I think argument is a must. It's like that goes without say. Anybody who live together and don't argue, they haven't lived a real life yet. Because show me a life, right? Show me a life that people don't argue. Sure. I would love to see that life. I would love to see a life where in which people don't argue in that relationship, right? Argument is a must. So when you have people out there saying, arguing is not good, and no, arguing is actually healthy in our relationship. But you know why? That's when you actually get to know your partner most of the time. Because you know what? You do not get the full 100 until that person is angry. And then the true level of that person comes out. You understand? That's when the true level of that person comes out. Because if everything and every day you get up and it's good, right? Then that person will never show you their bad side, as they would say, right? But the minute that something is not going the way how that person would like it to go, that's when you now see all the little bad traits that person have, right? That's when you start seeing that, right? So now, this is why I say, respectable arguing is a good thing, because you then be able to understand your partner understands you, right? Because you have way too many fake relationships or situationships out here in this 2024, right? Where in which people are only going with people because of for whatever reason, because they only can, because that person might be what do you call it, that person might be holding down certain type of level for that person. And that's the reason why those people are still together. Because like I asked the question yesterday, is marriage a monetary thing? Is it a monetary thing, or is it supposed to really be love? And too often right now, I just think that marriage is a situation ship. It's a situation ship. I grew up not rich, very humble beginning, very, very humble beginning, right? I grew up in which I have never had a room for myself growing up in Jamaica, right? Until I came to America, right? Never had a room for myself. I grew up with my father and his girlfriend at the time in one room with 2 beds, right? One bed right there, one bed over here, right? Until the day my father migrated to America. right? So I didn't grow up rich, right? But I could never tell a guy or anybody that I grew up hungry, or even thought that I grew up poor. You know, that wasn't even a part of my as they would say, my thought process, you know, growing up. You think that, yo, you know, say me poor. I don't know. I think kids, growing up in the time when I was growing up, nobody really cared. I really, as kids, was thinking about poverty or thinking about anything like that, right? You just know that. Alright, Miss Edna, she have color TV and a VCR, and we didn't have none. That was it. Like, it wasn't like, oh, because them rich, that's why, you know. Never thought about that, you know, because guess what, I still could watch that color TV, you know, still could watch that color TV. So at the same time, it wasn't a big deal. You understand? So that was for the most part that as a kid growing up, I would say, you know, that I would look at and say, man, you know, I didn't have that. But like I said, it wasn't an issue. You know, it wasn't an issue because guess what? It's not like you weren't being teased about, oh, my parents have this and yours don't have that. You understand? So, yeah. But at the end of the day, you know, like, what was it or why is it, you know, that makes a female think that they are always correct? And the reason why I say why they think they're always correct, because you'll never have a female come back and apologize, just freely apologize, you know. It's always some gimmick thing, like, you know. But when a guy does something wrong, you're supposed to come back and always have to apologize, right? It's like, it seems like it's an unspoken rule that, no, you're supposed to come and apologize, right? But that female would never do the same thing, right? But like I said, everything goes on the same, right? Like I say again, with the name calling, a female will call you out of your name, right? And disrespect you. And because you are not holding on to every little thing a female says or does, right, that hurts you, be able to, you know, bring it back up. You just make it slide, or you're gonna really pressure it, right? But that female now hold on to everything you say, And like I said, the minute that you call a female out of hidden name, but out of frustration, out of just the way how that female have always called you out of your name, and no matter how much you tell that female don't do it, them still do it. You're like, yo, enough is enough. You do it. I tell if you stop do it. Just like how you want me to stop do certain things. And you ask. And you say, stop. Terry, stop do certain things. I don't like it. Stop do that. Right? And you expect some I must listen. Right? Because you ask me to stop. Right? I'm supposed to honor that request, right? Because obviously there's something where make you unhappy, something where don't sit well with you, in whichever however way, right? Alright, fine. So why is it that as a man asking a female that same request, why is it that you cannot get that request honored? Why? But as I said, the minute that you decide that, you know what, enough is enough, you call me out of my name. So guess what? Enough is enough. You call me out of my name, I'm going to call you back out of your name. It's simple. Because at the end of the day, it's not tit for tat. But if me I tell you if you stop do something and you still do it, that means you don't value my request. You don't value my request. So then, if you don't value my request, right, then what you think? You think, say, Jamaican have a saying to say, every day the bucket will go a well. One day, the bottom must fall out. As we would say, must drop out. Right? So, you keep on a call or a disrespect me verbally, right? Verbally, and me decide, say, you know what? Enough is enough. You understand? Enough is enough. You want disrespect me verbally, I'm gonna make you get back the same energy. Right? So, I'm gonna call you back a derogative name. Right? By me calling you back a derogative name, now me become the bad guy. Now, how me now become the bad guy? If you look upon that, wouldn't be defense, right? Defend yourself, right? Defend yourself. But now you become the bad guy. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right, people. And I see how that can right. Now we are shape and form that should be right. If you understand what I'm saying. No, that should never be right. Cannot be right. And as I say, the same energy where you want, right? You have to give that same energy. Right? Like, you can't expect peas, but your plant corn. Like, how you gonna get peas when a corn you plant? You understand? Like, make it make sense. You know? Make it make sense. And in this life is so easy. So easy. Everybody have mental problem these days. The whole of we have mental issue right now, right? Seems like that are the norm right now, where you know everybody I go through some kind of mental struggle, right? You know, every relationship, every situationship, every marriage and just way of life, everybody I go through something, right? And I think that we just need to start learn how to respect each other more, respect each other more, because I'm not gonna lie to you, like yeah, we have to learn how to respect each other more, brother. Like the same thing when you want for you, and the same thing you want for me. You understand? If you don't like get called out of your name, don't call me out of my name. Simple mathematics. And if we can do that as woman and man living together, trying to get through this thing called life, get through this thing called relationship, right? Or situationship, or whatever kind of ship, right? I could change it around to respect ship. That meaning you respect me, me respect you. Communication, right? Communication without the bugger screaming, the bugger yelling, the bugger, like, me hear them say, like, as I said, mental health, right? But when they talk about mental health, it seems like mental health only go towards females. Like, guys don't have mental health issues too. Like, guys don't go through things also. It's just that, yes, because the way how you might have grown up, and it all depends on how you grow up, because you have some man, them have female tendency, where which them hold on to every single thing, and them cuss for everything, then put it that way, right? And then you have some now where them not cuss for everything, but guess what? You're taking notice of what is going on and the different levels of disrespect. You understand? Because you only can take but so much disrespect before you know I go snap, right? And now you are gonna become that disrespectful, right? Which I know so it's supposed to go, but we are human, and as human, you are gonna have that time, like, when I grew up in a way where in which man and man, you know. Yes, like man out there before so much things in my opinion. I mean, me did young, so I name me I pay the bills, so I don't know what is what. But to me, it wasn't so much stress then. And you know, as much as we might think say things expensive now and all of that, it was expensive back then just the same. You know, it's just that I just feel like now that we grow up and have the responsibility to do certain things now where you are responsible for certain things, you know, you are feeling the blunt of whatever that you have to take care of, you know. So now you see the expense, you know, but expense will never stop. You understand? You know, I tell people all the time, I'd rather have no money but be happy. I'd rather have no money in this world but happy. Because you see that happiness, eh? You see that togetherness when you can come to your wife and you say, yo babe, this is all I made this week. And she can look at you and say, babe, don't worry yourself. Alright? That's what you can come up with. Alright. May have this also. Alright. This is what we are gonna do. You know, and communicate. Able to have that communication. You know, that good communication. Not every time you speak, you know, it just seems like it's just fight, yeah, fight. You know, it just seems like you're fight because the words that are coming out of your mouth is just fighting words. You know, there's no sweetness. You know, you did this, so me have to retaliate and do that. You know, I post this online, that and it look like, yo, you and I are fighting. So guess what? Let me go ahead and post back something to counteract that. Right? They didn't even call that person name or anything. But boom. You understand? But sometime in life, a person don't understand that, yo, you might just be doing that with a different type of intention than you think. But no, because you are so retaliated, or you know, everything you have to retaliate against or retaliate to, you know, went and mess up something good, which maybe that wasn't even the reason why I did that, you know. But instead of you have a conversation, no, I get into your feelings, right? Like, I am watching like a lot of documentaries and just trying to understand why people do certain things, right? Why people do certain things. Because the whole intention of this life is to learn, right? Is to learn while you are here and have strength. You must learn. You have to learn. We are in a learning period. in this life, right? And being with someone, you are learning, right? Just think about it. You and I didn't born together, right? You born how you born, me born how me born, right? So we are coming from two different aspect of life. You understand? Two different aspect of life, where in which you was raised a certain way, I was raised a certain way, right? And the two of we come together and trying to make one union, right? Come together and trying to make one union, right? That's what, when you get married or you are in a relationship, that's what it is. Coming together, trying to make one, just trying to make one. But we just get caught up sometimes so much that I just don't understand. What's up, Aaron? Morning. What's going on? Alright. And I just think that we as a people, we need to cut it out. We need to cut it out. The black family, the black family have way too much trauma already. Too much stress already. As I listen to a lot of these different podcasts that's out here, and I listen to people speak about their childhood days growing up, right? And the different reason and situation that they've been through and things like that, right? And just hearing some of these things, I've always said, like, I'ma try not to, put myself into those type of situation, right? And I ain't gonna lie, boy. As I said, we as human beings need to communicate more, Silent treatment doesn't fix anything, just because you don't want to have that conversation. Because sometimes that's all it is supposed to be, a conversation, Yes, it turned out to be more than a conversation. A lot of time it turned out into being war. Literally war, But I'll be honest with you, man. My question is to all the females, why females would never admit when they are wrong? Why is that? I would love to know that. Why? why a female would never come and just apologize. Babes, you know, say me do this and you know you don't like it, and guess what? Me apologize. Because what? You know something you never like. Right? And no, it's not even vice versa, because as I said before, a man will gladly and quickly apologize than a female. I don't know what it is. And it's not just one female or two female. I have witnessed and see it for myself, you know, I have seen it with multiple females. And as I said, I don't understand what it is, you know, or why it is that way. I really don't know, you know. But I think that is a question that needs to be answered. Why? Like, man have feelings too, right? Like, sometimes I think female and even, you know, well, let's keep it on the female side. I just feel like sometimes females just don't think that guys have feelings. Like, yo, mental health is a serious thing. Mental health is not only for one party. It's for both sides. You know, it's for both sides. And until we start respecting each other, not because I come to you and me sound a little bit cross, that means you have to give me back the same crossness. You understand? Me come to you and me sound cross. Maybe it have nothing to do with you. Maybe it is something where transpire in the relationship and we never get to talk about yet. And we just get the chance to actually talk about it. Or because you come to me and say something to me now, and me just get the chance to actually speak to you. So now, because me never address the crossness that was initially there, so now, because that wasn't taken care of, it leads over into the conversation we you come and have now. Let's do better as a people. Let's stop going to our bed angry with each other. You on one side, I on the other side. Life is short. And if you truly love that person, let's stop doing the stupidness. It's one thing when there's no more love. And if we have to go a separate way, that is okay also. But make sure that you do everything in order to see if there can be some kind of resolution. And that is my word for this Sunday morning. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good Sunday.